Hello, my name is Teva, and this is Innovation Fund Research overview video about Proposal Assessor perspective. Before I dive into the research, let me explain what is the difference between community advisors and proposal assessors. As you all know, right now, the community advisors in Project Catalyst are the people who assess proposals and give a score for the impact, feasibility, and auditability. But when we go into the community side of things, it gets a bit more complicated. Some of the people who we consider as community advisors are the people who help the proposers, mentor them, facilitate meetings, coordinate meetings. So when we talk about proposal assessors in this research, we talk about the community advisors who are assessing proposals. When we talk about community advisors, we actually mean the people who not only just do proposal assessing, but also help to create the collaborative environment. So now that this is out of the way, let's get started. Every week, several active Catalyst members came together in Saturday Swarm sessions and helped to gather a lot of insights about proposal assessor role. Our main focus questions were: what proposal assessor activities you may participate in each stage, what competencies proposal assessors should have, and how is proposal assessor related to other Catalyst roles. These questions were answered in main three sessions. All enough, at the first session, we were talking about competencies, and that discussion mainly took place in the proposal assessment stage. On the second week, we talked more about what proposal assessor activities you may participate in each stage, so covering all the dark green stages, going through all the stages, talking about what proposal assessors could be doing there and what they are doing there, and also covered a bit of the parameter stuff like impact, feasibility, audibility, filtered out, good, and excellent discussions. And finally, we finished up on the third meeting with all the Catalyst role related relationships between proposal assessor. When we had these meetings, after every meeting, I also asked people to fill out the form to tell a little bit how they felt about the sessions. Even though the numbers are quite small right now, it does look like the feedback ratio was pretty good, over 50%. And what did I ask from the people for feedback? Were you comfortable with voicing your opinion? So that would go outline like research diversity opinion. So how diverse are the discussions we're having, or there are like specific agenda behind them? And for now, to me, it looks like everybody is pretty happy that they got their opinion voiced and all their sides look like have been discussed properly. And did you understand the session's goal, and was it easy to participate? At the start, it looked like it kind of get with a rough patch. Not everybody was clear what's happening. And when the people amount also increased, the effectiveness started to also drop down. So here is some interesting stuff to learn about. And the last question: how strongly do you feel that the session was completed to reflect the Fund 8? So yeah, when we started, basically everybody felt like no, it's not ready, then rapidly increased to, oh, that looks pretty good. And in the final session, even though it lasted a lot, people kind of rated it as good as enough, but still not ready. From these sessions, I also shared out around 10,500 gimbals and between all the participants who joined. And lastly, there is going to be this video I'm recording is going to be also dropped in here at the end. Yeah, so let's dive into the research itself. starting with the stages. And with the pink stickies on the left side, you will also be able to see the color codes for the stickies. So the pink ones are volunteering activity, which means that as a proposal assessor, you don't have to do these things, but it would be nice if it would happen. So, for example, in chat sharing stage, everyone would benefit if proposal assessors start engaging early in process, starting with commenting, reading what people are saying, and to get the feel of who are participating and what concerns or ideas people are bringing up. As we move on to the stages, like a proposal drafting stage, refinement stage, and finalization stage, we would like the proposal assessor would comment and follow along with the proposer journey, but also this is not a mandatory task. But as soon as proposal assessment stage starts, this gets really interesting for the proposal assessors. The main things to like know or expect for proposal assessor is that he's aware of the stages and timeline of the proposal process. So he's not coming in here in a voter stage and demanding or expecting to, hey, where I can do some assessments. Another thing they should be able to do is distinguish between community advisor, proposer, and voter roles within the Project Catalyst ecosystem. And for that, the CA guidelines and proposer guidelines are quite good tools for that. There are also expectations that when you find the resources and new resources, whenever you see somebody new joining up and asking information, you're able to provide them these links and resources too. But this is not something we would expect from everybody. When the proposal assessor learns about community advisor guideline rules, they should be able to say what is impact, what is feasibility, what is auditability, and give an example how to make an assessment based on these criteriums. And finally, also, when he goes into proposals, then start giving feedback related to that information and score relatively for the proposal. And of course, also give a rationale why he was doing that kind of assessment. In addition, of course, proposal assessor has to create an account to the Catalyst server. He should be able to differentiate between challenge settings and proposals, and then also locate the proposals themselves. We are also expecting for the proposal assessor to read the challenges and able to understand the challenge to measure the proposal impact toward challenge expectation, which may not be that easy task. And finally, some restrictions that the proposal assessors don't assess proposals in the challenge where they have the proposals, and so that they don't assess proposals they help create or to collaborate with to increase the fair play here. And once the proposal assessment stage is over, we would expect them to give feedback how their assessments were reviewed, how they felt that the proposal assessed reviewed the proposals, how they felt, how fair is the veteran community advisor, like filtering mechanics. As for voting, also like is your assessments well placed on the voting tool, and did they help and are they helping, or there should be some better guidelines how to assess in order to make it actually better for voters. And after tallying, there isn't much expected from proposal assessors anymore. In the parameter sections, impact, feasibility, auditability, and filtered out good and excellent, there are some notes about what are expected from proposal assessors. And finally, the relations between proposal assessor and the other Catalyst roles. So starting with the highest sensor array, Catalyst team helps. So what they do, they help with conflict resolution. They give clear guidance what is feasible to change. and they also work with technical errors in idea scale. When we move closer to the community, we will also find that circle members help with conflict resolution, and they also help to prioritize changes to improve proposal assessor work, connect people who want to work on prioritized proposal assessor issues. So it's like guides are not clear enough, too much words, not enough infographics. Maybe a process is a bit too sturdy and requires improvements, more staged process, a bit of accessible, maybe some kind of security steps. So all of these kinds of improvements you can take to the circle members or circle member admins who help to coordinate with the Catalyst circle members. And they also have access to the community governance resources to get you up to speed in order to help the collective knowledge. When we go to the challenge teams, from challenge teams, you could expect that they share context about challenges, which will help to understand the scope of a challenge. So they will be doing insight sharing stages. You will be able to check out if they have any videos uploaded, or they can even point you directly to proposers themselves and give like even more details about some kind of proposal. When community advisors work together with proposal assessors, they help to filter and clarify difficult topics, so gray areas, and like bring in their own experience. So they are a bit of guiding new proposal assessors also. And they create like these working groups and workshops and introduction sessions to where we could go through the guides together and improve our processes and talk about that. As a proposers, this is the like the main role your proposal assessors are working together with. So not only they provide insight and how to improve our proposals, but both sides can help each other to point out similar proposals, and proposal assessors create an environment where proposers get the feeling that the proposals have been read and considered, which is, I think, also very important. And for the referrers, there is nothing we expect them to do, but proposal assessors have insight into quality proposals and encourage new people to Catalyst. So it's somewhat related to onboarding, and same for community members, onboarding community members to join doing assessments. So, hey, this is a great thing I'm doing here. I read proposals, challenges, help them to make improvements to their idea, help them coordinate, collaborate, and they can also include new members to the system. When we jump to the other side of the board, when veteran community advisors jump in, here we have a little issue, a systemic problem where the scale has allowed decay in this role, meaning that it seems like it's not yet very collaborative between veteran community advisors and proposal assessors, as they kind of seem to do more harm and filter out very good assessments and hard work. But over the coming weekends, and as the reputation increases for the participants, I think we could slowly move to fixing that issue. Now, as a new role joining in DREPs, here are not too many things we know about, but for example, DREPs can provide information about proposer team if they have been in contact. Or proposal assessors provide valuable insight to feasibility of a proposal. As the voter relations to proposal assessors provide rating and assessment proposals to help with voting. And definitely it has helped me to also make some decisions on few proposals I was not very sure about, but reading some excellent assessments, my decision was easier. This was the overview video. If you liked it, leave a like to the YouTube video, and thanks for watching.